Well, all councillors on the council today agreed to support the emergency motion, and the first point was about apologising to all the parents and all the hurt and anguish there's been with the past ways they've been treated by Mortonhall. Secondly was to agree to set up a working group which will include the key organisations and the Chief Executive leading it, and key organisations including parents or groups to take forward the recommendations in the report. There's 22 recommendations, and what we want to do is to report back in the June committee about how the council is going to implement their recommendations. It was published yesterday, and today we've set up this working group, and we want to just get on with the business of ensuring that the recommendations put forward by this very lengthy but very intense and very detailed report are implemented, so no other parents have to go through what the parents have had to go through in the past at Mortonhall.
So today's the 1st of May, and this special meeting is going to be on the 26th of June. How many times would you expect people to meet between now and then?
Well, that would be up to the Chief Executive to drive that, along with the people, the organisations that are sitting on that working group. What I would expect, and I'm sure the Chief Executive would be the same, is that the recommendations from the Scottish Government would be challenging them to come back with a timetable of how they can implement their recommendations and how they're going to do that and who would be responsible for it. There are some recommendations that need to be done now.
And what kind of things would that be? I know that one of the recommendations, or one of the things that you have done, is you've bought a special baby cremator for Mortonhall. What else needs to be done right now? Well,
that has been purchased, but what we need to do then with that is to also work with SEPA to get then a licence to be able to use it. Also, there are issues in the forms and how the forms are laid out, and making sure that parents are very clear on the forms and advise very clearly about what to sign.
It's been at least 15 months since the Chief Executive actually commissioned the report. Do you think that the Council has acted as swiftly as it could have?
I certainly think we have acted as quickly as we can, but also making sure that whatever we've done is thoroughly looked at, and we've gone along that process. And I was just reflecting back that this started when Dorothy and Sands brought it to my attention. We met with the Sands organisation straight away, spoke to the parents, and that was way back in just the end of November, beginning December 2012. Then what happened, we set up an investigation internally with Mike Rosendale, and it's interesting that in the Dame Eilish Angelini's report, it does say that gave her a good start for her report. As well, there were issues about the police were looking into some of the cases and whether there could be a prosecution, and so that held up the investigation as well. But I think once you've seen the report, which is 600 pages long and very detailed, it's a very, very thorough report by Dame Eilish, and I think it's in terms of taking our time, getting it done, and getting such a good, well-written, good recommendations report, I think it's been, it's the right thing to have done.